Duckies, Andi Lippy here, back with another OBS tutorial, and this one is another plugin update from the one and only Exeldro. This is a huge update that's been added to the Move Transition plugin, adding some insane features. Right, let's just get into it. You guys know what this is about. Put your rocket for the stone. This portion of the video has been sponsored by Own.pro. Own.pro have every single thing that you could possibly need for your streamer in one place. It even goes above and beyond having actually partnered with Epidemic Sound for all your royalty-free music and sounds. You can also get access to over 600 overlays and alert packages. And you know what's even better? You can save yourself an absolute beastly 50% off using offer code Andi50Pro. And all purchases will help the channel out massively. All the links are in the description. Thanks Own.pro for sponsoring this portion of the video. So first things first, we need to get it all downloaded. So we get that from the OBS plugin page, which I'll leave the link in the description down below. And then we're going to press the download button in the top right hand corner. This plugin is available for Windows, Mac and Linux. So once you press download, you're going to select which version you want to download it for. Personally, I'd always recommend downloading the .exe file, as this is just a standard installer, as it's a little bit easier to sort out then. So having a little look in here, if we extract the folder just here and open the installer file and press the .exe, obviously Windows will protect your PC, just say run anyway because it's all Gucci. And then we just need to select wherever you've got your OBS installed to. So mine is program files and then OBS-studio, all lowercase. You can obviously change that by pressing browse and navigate to wherever you've installed OBS to. Hit next. It'll say the Move Transition. It'll add it to the start menu if you want to. I'm not going to create a start menu folder. And then you can just press next again and then press install, and that'll get everything installed ready to go. I would recommend making sure you do have OBS shut when you are installing it, or even if it is open, just restart OBS. So just close it down and reopen it. Upon reopening it, you probably won't notice any difference. You won't have any pop-up messages or anything like that, but we'll know it's installed because you'll see a certain filter. So I've just created a blank scene here with just my video capture device, which I'm using a Logitech C920 down here that I had lying around. And if you right click on the device and go to filters, once in here you can press effect filter and press the plus sign, and you should see move video capture device and move action. That means we've updated the Move Transition plugin. So the feature that I'm going to show you right now is the move video capture device. Oh, has this video been helping you out? Then please consider pressing that subscribe button and that like button, as it'll go a long way to supporting me, alright? Bye. This is so handy that Exeldro's added. If we select that, I'm just going to leave it as move video capture device for now. It looks quite complicated, but it's not, trust me. We just select the device we want to change, and we want to change the HD Pro webcam C920 right here. We can do a single setting. If you guys are familiar with how the Move Transition plugin works, then you'll understand what's going on here. I'm going to select multiple settings, and you can see all the different settings that our camera has. These settings are the actual settings of the camera. So if we go to properties on the camera and go to configure video, you guys will see that we've got all of this brightness that we can adjust. We've got the contrast that we can adjust. We've also got the saturation, you know, all these little things that we can change on our webcam on the fly. And some of you might know that, well, when you start OBS, sometimes it doesn't save the camera settings. Well, this could be one way around that for you. So we can set the pan to whatever we want. We can set the tilt. We can even zoom it in a little bit. Change the exposure if we want to. And adjust the focus too. We've got all these different properties as well for brightness, contrast, saturation. We can also press get value, and that will get all our current values of where we're at. So if I change this, zoom in a little bit, I'm going to also tilt. And I'm also going to pan. I would recommend not adjusting these settings whilst you are live, because it does tank your FPS a little bit. So make sure you do all the setting up before your stream. So if I now select this Move Video Capture device, you'll be able to see we've zoomed in, it's adjusted the settings. So if I start adjusting, like, say, the brightness a little bit and put everything to just a kind of middle bit. Turn that saturation back down. The white balance if I want to. Backlight compensation, we'll put that on. Add a little bit of gain and turn it on now. You'll see it'll completely adjust the camera. So the camera now, rather than using filters to change the actual camera settings, we can do it via a little tool here. We've got all the different settings that you have in the Move Transition plugin, like how you want this to be triggered. You might want it to be triggered when it's on a certain scene. You can do multiple chained actions together as well. And then you can adjust all these settings to find out the best way you want to activate this. If you want to help support the content and feed this kid, then please consider joining Ko-fi or Patreon. You'll also get some banging perks. Isn't that right, Winston? Yeah! Another incredible feature that is super handy that Exeldro's added is the ability to do a thing called a move action. So if I right click and add a filter to my video capture device, go down to effect filters, add, you'll see a move action. If I select that one and press OK, we can actually choose which source that we want to activate, and I'm going to choose the video capture device that we're currently on, and look, you get the option for hotkeys. So basically, if I trigger this filter, I can mute it, unmute it, push to mute, push to talk, all by the action of this filter. Not only that, but it actually adds some front-end actions as well. So if I activate this filter, I can start streaming, stop streaming, record, do virtual camera, replay buffer, you know, all the usual stuff. So you can build that into your filter chains that you've got as well. Not only that, but you can trigger other actions. So if I'm using a kind of, you can trigger any hotkey. So imagine if I've got another hotkey from using something like the freeze filter. Normally, I couldn't chain the freeze inside of all my different filters, and it was something that was really racking my head, and I was having to like code it into Sammy or inside a streamer bot. But now, because we've got the freeze action, whenever that's turned off, it's not frozen, and then whenever it's turned on, it is frozen. And I want to trigger that with another filter. So if I go back to my move action filter, go to hotkey, you'll be able to see, because we're selecting the video capture device that has got this freeze filter on it, we can actually enable the freeze with it. So if I select the move action, it will actually trigger the freeze event as well. So another thing that we can do is say if we duplicate this move action here, and we see the move action 1 there, we're going to select the next move to be move action 2. And on move action 2, we're actually going to tell it to disable the freeze this time. So now when I press move action, we'll freeze like we have done now, but then when it moves on to the second one, it'll unfreeze. So I can pause the camera for a split second, or I can do it over an interval. I could even make something really, really silly and say do a custom duration of something really small, like we'll say 100, do the move action 2 and do 100, loop move action 2 into move action 1 and press this, and then now we've got this stuttery webcam effect just running through these filters. So this is really handy for anybody that does a lot of hotkey work, because you obviously had no other way of kind of triggering them unless you were using like hotkey triggers inside of Sammy or inside of streamer bot, which this is going to save you so much time, especially when chaining different moves together. One last thing that Exeldro has added is the ability for support on blend mode. So before in the move transition, it wasn't really working, but now it completely does. Please remember, when you are using this, if you come across any bugs at all, please report them over to Exeldro, either on his GitHub page or straight on the OBS forum, okay? And then that way he can obviously fix it and it makes it work, right? Big shout out to all these people that help me make this content full time. A huge special thanks goes to Bongo, Fever Team, Marcus Vasquez, and also Romulo Souza. Hopefully I pronounced them right. Thank you very much for helping me make this content and being such huge supporters. Make sure you check out my Move Transition plugin video just here. That will help you use more of the Move Transition, and I'll see you very soon. Put your rock over the stone.